Beenleigh Uniting Church is located at 32 to 50 Mount Warren Boulevard, Mount Warren Park. The building is a two-storey building. The top floor of the building contains the church auditorium, Wesley Hall and a kitchen. The lower level contains the church office, Cromwell room and additional tenanted office space. There are multiple exits from the building and assembly points at the front and the rear of the building. This safety presentation is based on the requirements of the Queensland Building Fire Safety Regulation 2008. In this presentation, we will look at the escape routes, exits and assembly areas, the location of the firefighting equipment, the use of the firefighting equipment, and finally, the evacuation procedure itself. As part of this procedure, we will also look at the specific duties of event leaders and assistants. A full version of the Beenleigh Uniting Church's fire and evacuation plan is available from the office for perusal upon request. Now, let's look at the escape routes and exits. It is important that you are familiar with all escape routes. In the event that your main escape route is blocked, you will need to use the alternative evacuation route. If you are seated in one of the highlighted sections of the auditorium, move back to the main entry doors. Proceed through the foyer and across the covered area. Once outside, proceed over the crossing and walk through the car park to the lamp post at the front corner, which serves as the assembly area. If you are seated in the marked section, a musician or on the platform, then your exit path is via the vestry. Occupants should move onto the platform using the steps and handrail on the left-hand side of the platform. Move across the platform to the marked exit door. Move into the vestry and then proceed out the vestry door on the left. Once outside the building, turn right and walk back around the building to the path. Follow the path back to the front of the building and walk across the crossing to the assembly area in the front corner of the car park. If you are in Wesley Hall, the primary exit route is through the main entry doors. Move to the main entry doors and proceed across the covered area to the pedestrian crossing. Walk across the crossing, through the car park and meet at the assembly point in the front corner of the car park. If the primary exit route is blocked, the secondary evacuation route from the hall is via the door leading to the kitchen. Occupants should move quickly to the door and turn right. Proceed along the breezeway to the exit door and move down the steps. Follow the path back up to the car park. Move across the car park to the lamp post at the front corner, which serves as the assembly point. In the unlikely event that following the path around the building to the car park is unsafe, then occupants should assemble on the grass area behind the building, pending further instruction from the evacuation coordinators or fire officers. There are two exits from the Cromwell room. The main exit route is through the foyer. Occupants should move to the door, turn right and move to the exit doors. Once outside, turn left and follow the path back towards the car park. Turn left at the end of the building and follow the path back towards the stairs. Turn right and continue along the path to the car park. Walk across the car park and assemble on the grass area near the large tree which serves as the assembly point. An alternative exit from the Cromwell room is via the breezeway. Move through the sliding glass door and turn right. Walk down the breezeway to the door leading to the amenities. Move through the door and walk along the corridor to the door at the far end. Exit through this door and turn left onto the path. Move to the corner of the building and turn left to follow the path back towards the stairs. Turn right and continue along the path to the car park. Walk across the car park and assemble on the grassy area near the large tree which serves as the assembly point. If you are in the offices, move quickly to the marked exit. Once outside the building, turn left and follow the path back towards the car park. Turn left at the end of the building and follow the path back towards the stairs. Turn right and continue along the path to the car park. Walk across the car park and assemble on the grass area near the large tree which serves as the assembly point. If it is unsafe to walk along the side of the building to the assembly point, occupants should turn right when leaving the offices. Proceed through the gate and move to the level area near the school fence. An alternative exit from the offices is through the Cromwell room. Move into the Cromwell room and exit via the sliding glass door into the breezeway. Turn right and walk along the breezeway to the door leading to the amenities. Move through this door and walk along the corridor to the door at the far end. Exit through this door and turn left onto the path. Move to the corner of the building and turn left to follow the path back towards the stairs. Turn right and continue along the path to the car park. Walk across the car park and assemble on the grass area near the large tree which serves as the assembly point. There are two exits from the office area. The main exit route is through the foyer. Occupants should move to the door, turn left and move to the exit doors. Once outside, turn left and follow the path back towards the car park. Turn left at the end of the building and follow the path back towards the stairs. Turn right and continue along the path to the car park. Walk across the car park and assemble on the grass area near the large tree which serves as the assembly point. An alternative exit from the offices is via the corridor behind the main office. Occupants should move to the door and turn right. Walk along the corridor to the exit door. Exit through this door and turn left onto the path. Move to the corner of the building and turn left to follow the path back towards the stairs. Turn right and continue along the path to the car park. Walk across the car park and assemble on the grass area near the large tree which serves as the assembly point. Once occupants have been moved safely to the assembly point and the roll call completed, occupants are to wait for further instruction. Under no circumstance is anyone to re-enter a building until the all clear has been given. Now, let's look at the locations of the various pieces of firefighting equipment. On the upper floor, there is a hose reel in a cupboard in the overflow area between the auditorium and Wesley Hall. A dry powder fire extinguisher is located in this cupboard also. There is a dry powder fire extinguisher in the sound desk. A further dry powder fire extinguisher and a fire blanket are located in the kitchen. If required, a first aid kit can also be found in the kitchen. On the lower level, there is a hose reel located at the bottom of the stairs in the breezeway. A dry powder fire extinguisher is located in the foyer. A further dry powder fire extinguisher is located in the office area. If required, first aid kits can be found on the kitchen bench in the church office. Firstly, it is important that you only use the firefighting equipment if it is safe to do so and you are confident in using it. Fires can be dangerous, and you should always be certain that you will not endanger yourself or others when attempting to put out a fire. Fire hose reels are easy to use and provide a virtually unlimited supply of water. The hose should be extended to reach most areas of the building. A hose reel is suitable for use on a paper, textile, wood, and most plastic and rubber fires. Do not use the hose reel to fight an electrical fire. Water conducts electricity, so using a fire hose reel on an electrical fire could lead to electrocution. A fire hose reel contains hoses that are 36 metres in length. They are rolled onto a hose reel drum for quick and easy operation. The nozzle of the hose reel is housed in a special bracket designed to ensure that it is stored with the control valve in the off position for operator safety. Hose reels should not be used to extinguish fires involving equipment connected to an electrical power supply. They should also not be used on fires that involve flammable liquids. Burning liquids will float on the surface of the water, and this may contribute to the spread of the fire. To operate a fire hose reel, turn water onto the hose reel by operating the control valve. Remove the nozzle from its bracket and proceed to a safe distance from the fire. Turn the water on by operating the nozzle. Direct the water at the base of the flames. Extinguish the fire by using a sweeping action. When you have finished with the fire hose reel, return the hose and nozzle to its original stowed position. All the fire extinguishers in Beenleigh Uniting Church are white-banded dry chemical fire extinguishers. Dry chemical fire extinguishers contain a powdered substance that, when discharged, can be used on most classes of fire, including equipment that is connected to an electrical source. To operate a fire extinguisher, remember the PASS acronym. P, pull the pin. A, aim the nozzle. S, squeeze the trigger. And S, sweep the fire side to side. Pull the pin. Hold the extinguisher upright and twist the pin to break the seal. Once this has been done, pull the pin to release the trigger. This will allow you to discharge the extinguisher. Aim the nozzle. Before approaching the fire, it is a good idea to test the extinguisher first. Once this has been done, aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. By doing so, you will hit the fuel source. If you aim at the flames, the powder will fly right through the fire and have little or no effect at all. Squeeze the trigger. Pressing the two handles together will release the pressurised extinguishing agent in the extinguisher. Sweep from side to side. Start using the extinguisher from a safe distance away and then slowly move forward. It is important to continue to sweep the fire until the fire is completely out. Once the fire is out, keep an eye on the area in case it reignites. Fire blankets are used to put out fires that cannot be extinguished with water alone, and to save people whose clothing may be on fire. Fire blankets work on fires which are being fueled by ordinary combustibles such as wood or paper, by flammable liquids like oil or gas, and by combustible metals including magnesium and titanium. To use the fire blanket, you will first need to remove the fire blanket from its wall-mounted holder. This is done by pulling the two tabs at the bottom. Unfold the blanket so it is completely opened. Hold the fire blanket with your hands wrapped in the top edge of the blanket. This will protect your hands from the heat and flames. Cover the flames completely with the fire blanket by throwing or placing the blanket on top of the fire and leaving it there until the fire goes out. Let the fire blanket cool completely for 30 minutes to an hour after the fire is out. As most fire blankets are designed to be reused, it can then be folded up and returned to the wall-mounted holder. The final rule to remember if you choose to fight a fire is to always position yourself with an exit or means of escape at your back. You do not want to become trapped if something unexpected happens and you need to get out quickly. Now, let's look at the evacuation procedure. If you are the first person to locate a fire, alert the group leader and, only if it is safe to do so, attempt to extinguish the fire. Remember to make sure you have a clear exit before doing so. Meanwhile, other members of the group should prepare to evacuate. On hearing an evacuation instruction, immediately cease all activity and switch off any appliances, equipment or machinery if it is safe to do so. You can then assist any person experiencing difficulty with the evacuation. Take a quick look to your left and right to see who is standing or sitting nearby. Walk quickly and calmly to the assembly area via the nearest exit. At the assembly area, form into groups to assist the leader to ensure everyone has been safely evacuated. Report to the leader if you cannot locate the person that was to your left or right before you evacuated. Do not re-enter the building. Remain at the assembly area until otherwise instructed. If for any reason you need to leave before the all clear is given, please let the leader know that you are leaving. If you are the evacuation coordinator or the person leading an activity or program, there are additional duties to be performed as part of the evacuation process. You need to investigate the fire situation. If there is any doubt regarding whether there is a fire situation, call the fire service. You must ensure the safe evacuation of all occupants from the building. Account for all occupants at the assembly area. Ensure occupants do not attempt to re-enter the building until it is safe to do so, and meet the fire service and advise them of any information relevant to the emergency. As there are a number of tasks needing to be completed, it may be necessary to share these duties between attendees to ensure a safe evacuation. It is recommended that the evacuation coordinator or the person leading an activity allocate tasks at the beginning of each event. That concludes the Beenleigh Uniting Church's Fire and Evacuation Instructions presentation. If you have any questions about the information given in this presentation, please contact the church office.